showtime! You know, and I know that we're winners, right? In fact, we're not just the biggest, but we're the best in the state of South Carolina. So that's why it hurts me. It hurts us when I see one of our plays get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now, we don't have many of those plays, but there is one where we seem to be dropping the ball much too often. You heard me, and I know that you know which play that is. And even worse, our competitors know the play, and they're sticking it to us when it comes to the final score. Now, CNS, with their money line play, is outrunning us 20 yards a clip. Even the Bankers Trust team is giving us the old end run with their private reserve credit line. And Southern Bank, Southern keeps gaining short yardage with that personal line option. So what are we going to do? Well, we're sure not going to drop back and punt again. We're going for the goal. We're going for that AAA position. It seems you've had a little one-on-one with the head coach about our little problem here. It seems like you know how to run this play better than the old coach. Okay, you're out there. You know what's happening on the field. We're going to listen to you. In fact, we have listened to you. And well, team, it's a good plan. So starting today, we're going to put this baby into action. We're going to call it Premium Line. And believe me, together we're going to kick those jokers' assets all over the field. That's not going to be easy. No, sir. We're going to have to practice our moves out there. We got to get familiar with the patterns. But believe me, we're talking long yardage every time we run this baby. So here it is. The Premium Line credit play is first and foremost an option play. We got so many variables built into this play that we're going to run circles around CNS. You might even call Premium Line a self-designed play because of all the options we've got. And here they are. Number one application.
One.
That's right, one application does it all. None of this rehuddling after every loan stuff. No, sir. One application, which incidentally comes from you.
All right.
Your approval opens this personal line of credit for the rest of the player's contract. Okay, that's number one. Get it and get it good, because you're going to use it for the rest of the season. Option two, this personal line of credit can be secured by real estate, liquid assets, or SCN time deposits. Number three, and here's the kicker, this loan can be unsecured. That's right, unsecured.
Options.
Now we get to the razzle-dazzle. You got variable interest rates that are determined by you. You got variable payment rates, again at your discretion. No annual fees, no check fees, no application fees. What we got here is a game plan that's going to see us dancing in the end zone. Okay, now this is how it's going to work. Say you get out there on that sales line and the other team is lined up in their standard interest rate defense. And say it looks a little tougher than our Wall Street Journal Prime Plus 2. That's right, you heard me, Wall Street Journal Prime Plus 2. Okay, so they're beating you 0.5% or so. No problem. We got options here. You can start calling audibles right out there on the field and restructure our interest line to meet or beat their bid. Let's not get crazy out there. We still have to report to the head coach. Just remember, if their defense looks a little too strong, take time out and consult with your old buddy, the coach. Okay?
Right, Coach.
What's our interest rate?
Prime Plus 2.
And?
Variable.
Like I said, just make sure you huddle with the coach if the going gets tough. All right, that's just one option. Here's another that'll get us in scoring position. Say you've got an eligible receiver downfield. He thinks he's going to make it into the end zone with a 90-day loan. And he's being double-teamed by the other guys. But we know this is just short yardage, don't we?
Yes, sir.
The Premium Line play is a Super Bowl strategy designed for long yardage. So how are we going to take control of the ball? No problem. Like I said, we've got options. Use those audibles. Call the Premium Line interest-only option. That means we'll put the ball in that receiver's hands, and all he has to do is to make monthly interest payments. Okay, that's option 1. Audible 2 is a lump sum option. The eligible receiver scores and pays back the total sum at the end of the play. Easy, huh? And if that doesn't work, call the 2% option. The receiver scores by repaying 2% of the loan or a $100 monthly minimum. Now, what are those audibles?
Interest only lump sums 2%.
What a team. Pretty hot stuff, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I ask you, what are we doing this for? Are we doing this for the fans? The fans and SCN. Because together, we got a #1 team. Our selling team is determined that the fans and even our opponents' fans are going to love those razzle-dazzle options. And better yet, this game plan is going to build team loyalty. You see, once they see the flexibility that Premium Line has, they're going to stick with us for the rest of the season. I mean, we're going to be playing to a full stadium every time. Those bleachers are going to be packed when the fans get an eye load of this baby. So do your friends a favor and tell them to get their applications in early, because there's no telling how far those ticket lines are going to stretch.
Premium Line, Premium Line, Premium Line, Premium Line.
Now there's one key point to making this baby work. What do you think that is, Jefferson?
Practice, Coach!
Absolutely right, Jefferson. Practice. We got to know those Premium Line options like the backs of our hands, because without that knowledge, all you got is another CNS double reverse. And believe me, practice we will. The head coach is committed to this play, your play team, and we're going to get this thing right the first time out. We got a training camp regimen set up that's going to make each and every one of you Premium Line pros.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Practice.
And we're going to get it right the first time out. I want this team in top shape when we hit that field. Why? Only because there's going to be statewide media coverage. That's right. I mean, we're talking a media blitz that's going to suck those armchair quarterbacks right out of their seats. Folks, it's going to be coming at them from everywhere. TV, newspapers, radio, pamphlets, and brochures. Everywhere those fans turn, we're going to be telling them about our Premium Line, and we got to be ready. So that puts the ball in your hands. But it isn't going to go anywhere without your personal best. We're talking commitment here. We're talking second effort. Sure, you're going to get tackled out there once in a while. Sure, it isn't going to be a stroll down the primrose path. This is business team, serious business. And I want this team to stay the champions that we are. Team, the Premium Line game plan is probably the hardest hitting play I've seen in years. And you got yourselves to thank for it.
Yeah.
Look, we've got it all here. We've got more options than the flea flicker, more flexibility than old crazy leg swing, and more power than Crusher Kegel. We're going to destroy our opponents. We're going to blitz their money lines, sack their private reserves, and intimidate their personal lines of credit. No, sir, we aren't just competitors any longer. No, sir, with Premium Line, we are the competition. So what are you going to do when you hit that field?
Sell that line. Sell that line. Sell that line. Sell that line.
And how are we going to do it?
Prime +2.
I can't hear you.
Prime +2.
And what have we got?
Options.
Again.
Options.
And who's the best team in the state?
SCN.
Right.
SCN.
You got the ball.
SCN.
It's first and 10.
SCN.
The goal line's in sight. Let's get out there and sell that line.